Can't say enough about Steve Ripley. What an incredible career, an incredible human being. He's the one that phrased the term, we're all in this together. And this is a fitting honor for a man with an illustrious career in the music industry, but also someone who was a poet and a historian. And his career spans from the early days of seeing the Collins Kids in Oklahoma City when he was in elementary school to, becoming a musician, recording at Gene Sullivan's studio in Oklahoma City, going into the band Moses, getting into creating guitars, developing new technologies, becoming a master whiz in the recording studio industry, and all the amazing people he worked with, from Leon Russell to J.J. Cale to Eddie Van Halen to Bob Dylan, and then, of course, owning the historic Church Studios in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hi, we're the Red Dirt Rangers. I'm Brad Piccolo.
I'm Ben Hahn.
I'm John Cooper, and we are here in Steve Ripley's studio here at Pawnee County, Oklahoma, right outside of Glencoe, a place where we made 2.5 records with Steve, and we've been asked to do some music to honor him, and we are honored to do that.
Yes.
How about if we kick it off with a song that Uncle Steve wrote, The Oklahoma Blues?
Oh, yeah.
Got those Oklahoma blues. And I can't find much more to lose. Won't let me be, won't set me free. Oklahoma blues, they done got me. They done got me. You can dance all around how you really feel. But in the end, you got to make the deal. No time to think, no time to lose. I can't escape them Oklahoma blues, yeah. Oklahoma blues. Years go by each day. All those days seem to fly away. Yeah. My guitar is my only friend. It's been everywhere I've been. Just like me, it's paid its dues. Got them Oklahoma blues. Oklahoma blues. Oklahoma blues.
I was born in the midnight hour of 1950, so I know what year it is all the time. If it's, I'm 59, it's 2009. They moved back here and bought this place where we are right now in 1953, bought this little house that we live in now. And so my mom's from the Northwest, and I love that area. We spent a lot of time there. And then, got back to the home place in Oklahoma. This is where my dad and my grandfather and my great-grandfather was in that land run, and befriended the Pawnee Indians, and ended up with this particular piece of land that I'm so fond of.
And we were really fortunate to have Steve join the OK Pop team. And he was very instrumental in OK Pop becoming a reality. He was an inspiration for the project. He introduced us to so many people, from Jamie Oldacre to Jim Keltner and Moon Martin, and so many Oklahoma musicians.
All right, this next song we're going to do is one that was written by Bob Childers, great friend of Steve, about Tom Skinner, another great friend of Steve. And Steve wrote a verse on this song that we added when we recorded it with him. Steve recorded this as well. This is called Just Like Tom Skinner's Blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I ain't willing to be no Dylan, but I sure do like his attitude, that sweet Willie Lou, with a voice that's too true, always puts me in a real good mood. Cause I like it kind of cosmic, and I like it kind of country, I like it wild, and I like it free. You know, Jimi Hendrix and old Hank Williams, they sang the blues for you and me. Oh yeah, cuz. Well, Frank Sinatra and old Bob Marley, they had a thing about style, they had a thing about soul. I love the blues, jazz and the classics, but I got to have my rock and roll. Cause I like it kind of cosmic, and I like it kind of country, I like it wild, and I like it free. You know, Jimmy LaFave and Jim Paul Blair, they sang the blues for you and me. Yeah, baby. Those red dirt boys, they'll rock your socks off, they'll rock your boat, they'll rock you to sleep. You know, Tom Skinner and old Bob Childers, boats are still water, still runs deep. Cause I like it kind of cosmic, I like it kind of country, I like it wild, I like it free. You know, Bob Wills and Woody Guthrie, they sang the blues for you and me. I said Bob Wills, old Woody Guthrie, they sang the blues for you and me. Oh yeah.
1965 when Elvis hit. Then I become that deal because I was waylaid and they got me a guitar and I, didn't know how to play it. I went like this and sang Elvis Presley songs. And my dad, being in the sales business half of his life, part of it was farmer, part of it, and he went back and forth. He had a tape recorder, a Webcor tape recorder, which is really pretty good, that he did his sales training meetings and taped them and stuff. And so he started putting me up in front of that and sing an Elvis song when I was 6 or 7 years old. So, later on in life, he wondered why I didn't get a real job. And then the other half of him is the guy that created the monster you see now.
He challenged us here at the Oklahoma Historical Society to do the very best to honor these creative stories and these individuals from the state. Steve loved Oklahoma as much as anyone, and his work with us was just invaluable. He worked with the Leon Russell Archive and digitized thousands of hours of audio recordings and taught us so much. He really got the whole concept of what it meant to be from Oklahoma.
This next one that was written by Ben Hahn here.
We call him Cuz.
That's right. Along with Bob Childers and Don Morris. And it's called Take Life as It Comes.
This old can drive you crazy, can cause you lots of pain, leave you crying in the morning, or stuck out in the rain. It can fill your heart with laughter, makes you cry tears of joy, or shout out to the heavens. One day you'll be knocking on that door. So take life as it comes. Soon enough it will be over. You look back on the years, your past will be uncovered. Through the times of toil and trouble, through the thunder and the rain, feel the magic that surrounds you and the beauty that it brings. Some go searching down the highway, some spend all the time in books, but some questions can't be answered, no matter where you look. As you rise up in the morning, take the time to be aware. Before you lay down in the evening, make sure you say a thankful prayer. Just take life as it comes. Soon enough it will be over. You look back on the years, your past will be uncovered. Through the time of toil and trouble, through the thunder and the rain, feel the magic that surrounds you and the beauty that it brings. Feel the magic that surrounds you and the beauty that it brings.
But when I started taking lessons and realized, I couldn't play and started learning, it was just, let's say 62, 63, and I realized there was such a thing as bands. And it probably because I saw some guys up at Glencoe, which is where I went to school, sitting around playing, I remember they were playing honky tonk. What's that? And so, I wanted to do that. I had my guitar, and it wasn't long before some of those old guys were showing me some of that stuff. And then, there was the band days and where I played with a couple of older guys, and, it must have been atrocious. I don't know why they let me play, but we played some, like, dances or the, banquets or whatever you do. And then when the Beatles hit, then other people my age started playing. Everybody in the world played guitar. So then it became those bands, and that's 64, 65, and we recorded our first thing, and I think late 63 at Gene Sullivan's in Oklahoma City, and, wrote a song and made a record, and I was hooked then.
A lot of people know him as a musician. A lot of people know him as a writer. A lot of people may know him from his radio show that he did for the Rock and Roll Exhibit. He was a historian, and he truly loved the history of music and pop culture in this state.
Here we are today, paying tribute to our Uncle Steve Ripley. We sure miss him, and we're doing songs right now that he wrote, or that songs that we recorded with Steve here at the church, or at the farm studios and the church. So
both.
A little song that we wrote with our buddy Chuck Dunlap, and it's about this little town that's right around here that we've all lived in at one time or another. It's called Lone Chimney Time. Are you ready, boys?
Look out my window, rain dripping off the trees, the sweet smell of cedar hanging in the breeze. Drink that sweet persimmon wine, ripe tomatoes on the vine, everybody's feeling fine. Cottonwoods and willows, catfish in the creek. Life at Lone Chimney is easy as you please. Cottonwoods and willows and mushrooms in the trees. Life at Lone Chimney is easy as you please. Another day behind me, another drop of rain that falls into the river, cuts right through the plain. Let me roll like that river, let me run to the sea, let me carve out a canyon where the prairie
Remember, family is what's important. Tell your mama you love her. Kiss your babies. We're all in this together. Bye-bye, kids.